Hello and welcome to Avian Games. I'm Jack.
I'm Jack.
Nope, that's Chris. I'm Jack. Anyways, we got a podcast again. We got another one for you. This is Chris's idea. Last week was that my idea for last week? I think it was.
I think it was mine.
No, I don't think so. I think last week was my idea. I think this
I
is
think it
your
was
idea.
mine.
And I'm somewhat unprepared. I have like a very minimalist idea of what Chris was asking from me this week, but I'll let Chris take it away and explain what he told me he
Hmm.
wanted us to do.
I'm eating a caramel. You do it.
Well, I was about to take a bite of a cookie, so I don't. I don't know.
It's up to you. I can't do this right now.
All right, so basically, the general idea was that Chris wanted us, or yeah, me and him, to come up with a deck idea that doesn't exist in the game, and he wanted both an art style and a concept of how the deck would function. I had kind of a hard time with the actual function of the deck because I don't know if I know every function that every deck that Yu-Gi-Oh has to offer already. And on top of that, I feel like what is already out there, I have a hard time being original because I don't know. I just really couldn't think of anything that was like super fun or super um, like purposeful or why anyone would play that, I guess, which I guess shouldn't have been my motive, but I wanted to make it feel like it was somewhat interesting to go like, oh man, I want to play that deck if it ever came out. So Chris, do you want to go first, or you want me to go first with what my first idea that I had right off the bat?
I'll let you go first because I know my idea hasn't been used and yours is up in the air.
What do you mean
So
hasn't been used?
I know mine has like is in the deck. You said like you weren't sure if your ideas had been used in decks before.
I
I
mean,
know mine hasn't.
I think this one has generally been used, but I know the art hasn't. So my first idea, okay, hear me out, hear me out. Cool. I think it's gonna be really cool. Of course, every deck I have has to have a field spell. I love field spells, so that's gonna be a
Those
main
spells are great.
main important part of my deck. But the whole point is construction workers. Let me and so it would be different kinds of construction workers, and the field spell would be basically each construction worker would do different things to build on to the field spell, and so the field spell would just get more massive and massive, massive, which would also make your cards do like the cards itself would do amazing things. So like it would the field spell itself would have um general things, but then the effects of the construction workers would build on top of the field spell, which would then give all the monsters on your side of the field those effects. So it would be like a slow build up to like these amazing construction workers because of the building they're building. So
Mm.
that was my first thought. I didn't really kind of think of. I guess the general things I was thinking of were like, some sort of like just I think the one in my head I kind of thought was just like a hard hat guy using what the hell are those things called that break up the concrete.
Jackhammer.
Yeah, so a guy with a jackhammer was one thought of the art I had. Just a project manager was another one I had. The general concept for the field spell would be some sort of like skyscraper that was like you could definitely see like the steel beams are like still
Mm.
visible, and they're building that up. I would probably the trap card would be like accident on the job. It would be some like I don't. It'd probably have to have. I mean, I think any good deck these days needs to have some sort of like Omni Negate, so that'd probably be the Omni Negate of the deck, the trap.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and yeah, so that was kind of like my big brain idea. I don't really know. That was kind of as far as I got with that concept. That was my first thought when you first proposed the idea. I was like, that'd be kind of cool. And I didn't really put a lot more thought than that into that one. But the other one, I have kind of a I have
Has
another
more.
yeah, I have another kind of concept that I like better, but also is kind of minimalist. I think you probably have more of a specific idea of exactly what you want, but
I do.
okay.
So my idea is a deck based around. This is gonna sound like a weird theme, but you gotta hear me out, okay? Art style wise, it's like a like a king, a queen, stuff like that, like royal family type thing.
Oh, so
Those
the
are all
King's
the
Court?
extra deck monsters, and all the main deck monsters are like the people that would be like in a castle. Like you have like the royal chef or like the fucking maids and shit. You know what I mean? Those would be main deck. So what you do is all the extra deck monsters are like fucking I don't know, King of Jackland, Queen of Jackland, whatever. they're all link monsters. All the arrows point up in whatever way they're made, whatever. And then they have effects that let you put the link monsters into the spell and trap card zones. And then if they point to monsters, they grant effects to those monsters.
Oh.
So it's like a equipped deck or an equip deck with link monsters, and then but like wherever they are in the spell and trap card zones, if they point like to a monster of yours, like one of them might say like, oh, any monsters this points to is unaffected by like spell effects or something like that. And then so you get bonuses for putting them in the spell and trap zones. And then I thought it would be cool if they also all have effects if they were in the extra monster zone, because then it's kind of like you decide who's on the throne type thing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, like you get to pick like whoever rules your little kingdom, you put them in the extra monster zone, and then all the main deck monsters help you like link spam into those. And then when the other people, like the other royal family, are in the spell and trap card zone, they help your main deck monsters.
Huh.
That was my idea. So basically, link monsters that give your own cards effect based on what they point to, but they go in the spell and trap zone.
They call it spell
Spark.
trap zone.
Yeah.
So can they attack from the spell trap zone?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, it'd be nutty if they made. Yeah, sure.
If they
You
made
want?
it that way, if you want them to do that.
Yeah. I mean-
If you want to be the next meta deck, that's how it would work.
You could have 10 monsters.
Okay, all right. I mean, I like that idea. I don't.
I thought it'd be. I also like archetypes a lot that aren't. Like I feel like all archetypes are like, here's another set of knights. There's more magicians. Whoa, you know what I mean? So I wanted something that was like a little different. And then I try to think of like what would like support each other, and it would be like a royal house type thing. Like,
Well, do you? I wondered because I mean, you say the royal stuff, and that kind of instantly puts my brain to the King's Court, like what's it, Jack, Queen, King. It has all this.
Face Knight archetype.
Yeah, that was my first thought when you said all that stuff.
Well, like similar, like in theme to that, but
Definitely not style. Like, do they even have a link monster?
They do actually.
What is it?
Arcana Triumph Joker.
What does that do?
Absolutely no fucking idea. I think that's what it's called. Arcana, something like that.
It's a little side note, but King's Court, I was at the Walmart the other day and I found a Lightning Overdrive and a King's Court pack and was like, oh shit. Lightning Overdrive, worth nothing. Let me tell you, it's like everything in that. I thought that was a really good set and it really doesn't have any value anymore. But King's Court, I had to go like through a page or two of TCG. I think if you go through the entire first page of TCG, there isn't a card on the first page that is not above. Everything's above $3 on the first page.
Oh, really?
And I was like, wow, that held a lot of value for. It's probably just because it's such a niche set.
Yeah.
There's not like those cards aren't going to get printed. It's good, like that. Our one archetype is going to get just that printing. Like they're not going to print the King's Face Knights again.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm trying to find that card right now, and
Did you make it up? Is a card? Was it
find
part of the archetype that you just invented that you just made up?
No, the one I just told you just isn't a link monster, but I just can't find. I have the card. I know they have one.
Like in
Pretty
real
sure
life, you have it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've definitely pulled it.
Well, that's kind of cool. So I mean, I have one more that I.
Yeah, I don't have one, but you feel free to shoot your shot.
Now you can help me, I guess, finagle how this would work, because some of these things are, I couldn't think of if it would be better this way or worse this way. But the whole point, and there's this kind of like something similar already that I don't know. I'll explain it and then you can tell me. So you know those cards that already exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh that are like, it's like villagers. They're terrible vanilla monsters.
Are you talking about the people running about? It's Liberty Bell.
Yeah, they're like just
United Resistance.
Yeah, just the stupidest shit ever, right?
Yep.
So
I love. First of all, those are like some of my favorite cards in the game. But yeah,
right. I agree. So that, but the whole point of it is kind of like a witch hunt / like there's been a monster that has attacked. The whole lore behind it would be there's a monster that's attacking the village, and like all the villagers need to unite. The whole point of it would be that you run a boss monster in your deck, which could be anything. It could be any sort of creature. I almost thought when I first thought of the idea, I was like, well, it could be kind of cool if there was different kinds of boss monsters that did different things. But the whole point of the boss monster would be that it goes, when you have it, you can reveal it. And it either, I don't know if I want it to kaiju onto your opponent's field, or if I want it to go into their deck. And as soon as it's drawn, it has to be played.
Ooh,
Um,
that'd be cool.
and as soon,
But that would suck because of sleeves. But
oh
continue.
yeah, that definitely does ruin things. But God, I didn't even think of that. But I kind of like the idea of it being in your opponent's deck, and as soon as it's drawn, it has to be played. And on top of that, it's a win condition deck where if you can get the villagers to slay the monster, you win the duel.
Mm,
Um,
that would be really cool.
so, but the actual boss monster, like, is a good card. So it has to. Your opponent would have an actual decent card, but there's no way to
Yeah,
get rid
yeah,
of it off the board. It stays on the board as like it's there. Like you
yeah.
can't.
And then you just have to beat it.
Yeah, it can't be destroyed by card effects. It can only like die to battle by whatever the archetype's name is.
Yeah, that'd be
So
cool.
that
I feel like that could also be cool if you well, this would kind of be like totally different from how you're saying slightly. Same theme though. Like uh like there's a monster or like something like that. Um but give your monsters effects based on like what types your opponent has, and then you could almost theme your deck around like a certain monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I did actually think something like that. Like it'd be really cool if there was different types for each one, and then once it was in your opponent's deck, it like you had to your monsters had to be to fight that certain type or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the typing could really be cool, but I think this kind of goes back to our last video where we were talking about, or I was super interested in the idea of like more win condition decks that like there was another way to
Yeah.
win. And I even thought about that for the first one with the construction workers. Like if the field spell was all about the construction workers just trying to build the skyscraper, and if you built the skyscraper, you won. So like they had to do it. You had to get all of them on the field and do a certain effect at some
Yeah.
point in the duel, and then you'd be able to build the skyscraper and win. I don't know what that would
Mm.
be, but like I don't know. I just like I want to add a new aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh.
A new aspect.
I just wanted to be cool and hip.
No, I like it. I like win condition decks. I also like. I feel like a. I'm surprised we haven't seen that like a witch trials
Yeah,
deck.
I was
I wonder is that too like too
to what?
I don't know too like oh, what's the word I'm
Too
looking for?
non PC.
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Like
I wasn't.
no,
That's
that
not what I
is
was
kind of
guessing.
what I like. Is that like something Yu-Gi-Oh would even do? Because
I
like
mean,
like obviously fucking like looking back at the actual witch trials, it's just like a bunch of fucking dumbass people being like, oh shit,
I
she
don't
got rid of a
know.
pimple really fast, kill her.
I don't know. Like, what do you think? There's decks they don't do now that they like. I'm trying to think of like risque decks that they've done. I mean, what the hell? Dragon Mage I know is based off of something that they have in Japan, is it not? It's based off an anime or
Manga,
something
yeah.
like that.
Manga,
Like,
yeah. Or I think both
but like,
manga
what
and
is
anime.
that? I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't be able to do something like the witch trials. I
I
feel
mean,
like
that's just
that's.
like a bunch of mates turning into dragons. That's not really.
I guess I don't know. I guess that interesting concept of maybe them not doing it because it's too close to like an actual thing that's occurred.
Yeah, I don't know. I never know with Konami. You know,
Yeah, I mean all the cards that they don't put
I,
in because they're the art is too scandalous.
too much poop. You know, anytime I'm playing anything and I see Konami made it, I'm like that fucking meme with Leonardo DiCaprio.
What
You
meme are
know,
you
like
talking about?
the one where it's like him sitting on the couch with a beer pointing at the TV.
No,
You don't know the one I'm talking about?
no.
Oh my god, I can't think of like what the tagline is. So I wish I could fucking. It always like he always says one thing where he's like, right there, that's it. Ah, what
I
is
have
it?
no idea. All I can think of is the one
You're
with
gonna know it.
Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's like biting his finger because of something's like so hot or so like fucking annoying
Oh, from
from Wolf
I've
of Wall
never
Street.
seen that as a meme in my life. I
What?
can send you the meme right now. I have the meme right
Oh,
here.
okay. Well, send it to me.
How do I? Oh my god.
I
Why?
I watched a clip from Wolf of Wall Street the other day, and I just love the scene. Oh yes, that's from that. Oh God, what the hell is that called? What is that stupid movie? It's about Hollywood. I don't know. Whatever.
Uh, I don't know. I don't. I wish I could tell you. But that meme.
Okay.
That's what I think about anytime. Like I feel like that anytime I'm playing a game, and it's like made by Konami. I'm like, oh my god.
Really?
They did this too.
I only think of like every time Konami makes anything else, I don't really care unless it's Yu-Gi-Oh related.
Oh well, I've been playing what's that game I've been playing? Metal Gear Solid. They made Metal Gear Solid.
One of the games have they made? I feel like I don't like a single Konami game. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not true. There's no way you don't like a single game made by Konami.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it.
Let's read through a list right now.
Okay, I would be skeptical if any of them are like in a huge like maybe a game I'd play, but not anything I'm like, oh man, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. How about Yu-Gi-Oh? Ever heard of that one? Huh?
I know what you did there. Sure, Yu-Gi-Oh, but only Master Duel and TCG, not this Legacy of the Duelist. That's terrible.
You know, their website really doesn't do you any favors by they have a thing that just is all of their games. And it's like they prioritize like every sports game they've ever made.
I
On their
looked it
list.
up, Konami games, and I get Mortal Kombat, or not Mortal Kombat, Jesus Christ, Metal Gear Solid, all that, Jesus Christ, Metal Gear Solid, Bomberman, some Animaniacs was made by Konami, I guess, the Super Nintendo game.
Yeah,
Castlevania was, I didn't realize that. Contra Rogue Corps, okay, cool, I guess. Like I honestly I don't know what I would be like jonesing for at a Konami.
There's no way you don't like Konami games.
I
Konami's in
wasn't
so
saying
many
I
games.
don't like it. I just it's all
Yeah, but they're the kind
right.
of company where like they're in a ton of games where like I feel like you wouldn't know Konami made it. You know what I mean?
I don't
Simpsons
know.
arcade game. I know you love that game.
Simpsons arcade game. Now that's an interesting idea. I'm not gonna lie. If you could if you
Mhm.
could talk to one Yugituber right now,
Nim Nim.
it'd be Nim Nim, really?
I think so.
Why?
Hey, he's my favorite.
That's who you watch the most, or is he just like your personality best?
No, it's not who I watch the most, but I just like him the most. I
Who
feel
do
like
you
he posts the most inconsistently though. Like,
who do you watch the most?
um, I don't know. I haven't been watching a lot lately, honestly. I
Mm.
haven't even been doing like market watches, which I normally am like. That's like what I probably watch the most normally,
Mm-hmm.
just because they're like very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I haven't been watching any lately. I guess if I had to say, though, probably M. Cole, just because of the.
I was gonna say, like, if I could, I watch a lot of M. Cole. I don't think I'd want to meet M. Cole, but maybe I would want to meet him. I don't know. I can't decide. He seems like an interesting guy.
Oh, he wouldn't be the one I'd want to meet. But if I met him, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, cool. Hey, watch your videos all the time.
Oh yeah, I watch him like
You know what I mean?
pretty regularly at this point. Like he's
Yeah,
the one I put on the most.
I was watching a lot. I just haven't been like in the like keeping up with Yu-Gi-Oh mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like normally, like I kind of like crawl Reddit and stuff like that, and like keep watching all the cards. But like nothing coming out has been like super interesting to me, so I've just been kind of like taking a back seat.
And what you've been
And
super interested in Battle of Chaos, I thought.
I mean, yeah, I am, but like every card I want's like 10 cents, except for the Fluanderies card,
I will
which
say.
I honestly I even care less because M. Cole posted a video that was like, "Oh, Battle of Chaos prices tank," and I was like, "Okay, perfect."
Just gotta wait. I'm telling. What was I saying? You gotta wait. You gotta wait out those pre-sales. Um,
Yeah.
I will say I really think this format ban list.
Oh, you know, hold on, real quick, fuck you, because actually the one card I needed has like tripled in price.
Mm,
It's like 15 a copy. That actually butt fucks me.
what are you talking about? Which one?
Fluanderies card.
It went up.
15 for like the cheapest near mint copy.
It'll go down.
It fucking better.
It will go down. It's
You know,
that.
I've opened a ton of the last set, not Battle of Chaos. What's the one from before? We like it
The
just
Grand Creators.
yes. Fuck that set.
I don't know why you buy it. There's nothing like really in it that's great.
I mean the adventurer stuff.
What's the best secret rare in this? Oh, they're ultra rares. Does this only have ultra rares? Is there secret rares in this?
I don't know. I have a stack of them right here.
Wow, there's not a secret rare. Okay, I didn't realize it was ultra rares with the max rarities in this one.
Oh, yeah. I guess I am seeing now that they're all like supers for the most part. No, but I just want the fucking
What do you want?
adventure token stuff.
adventurer
or at
token.
least the chance to get it, but
Oh.
not getting it.
What is crazy? This is pretty crazy. I'm looking at it, and there's ultra rare cards that are more expensive than collector's rare cards.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
I guess I'm not surprised. This is not that weird set too. Remember, they're
damn.
the ones. This is the one that had like the M. Cole had like the box with every card, fucking collection rare, some stupid shit.
Well, you can buy the new what the hell's that called? Insector create a card in collector's rare for only $16.
Yeah, Zektrike right there.
That's
I'm looking at the page.
crazy.
It is. I feel like collector's rares like aren't good unless the deck is good. You know what I mean? Or like Torrential Tribute or something like that.
Well, I'm even surprised.
Like-
Director Tribute's 85, but each at least 67. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I anytime I think of cheap collector's rares though, I think of what set is it? Ancient Guardians.
Ooh, this is an interesting question for you. Well, yeah, fuck Ancient Guardians. No, that should be just off of. That should never came out. It's awful. If you could create a new rarity, what would you do?
I mean, how do you want me to answer that, Jack? Like, what am I supposed? Am I supposed to describe the foiling to you?
I mean, yeah.
100%.
Well, I had something in mind.
No idea. What is your
Well, I kind of think you do something like Pokemon where they do like rainbow cards, like literally rainbow cards, or full art cards. That'd be a cool new rarity where it does the text is on the actual art.
I wouldn't mind full art cards, but I would much rather them just change the way the cards look than add a new rarity.
I know you like that way that you have it at Omega. That if anyone's ever watched Chris's videos, you see the way he has his cards set up. And what is that, the speed duel or what is that?
The rush duel.
The rush duel structure of the card. I think it looks a little too like Dragon Ball Z-esque, but that's just me.
Do they even look similar?
I thought they did.
Dragon Ball
Z. Have you seen all
I don't know even if I just type that in, am I gonna get anything good here? Well, I guess I could just go to the card game. Actually,
you gotta go to the cards. I think that
I mean, Dragon Ball looks like it's all full art.
Yeah. Maybe that's not what I'm thinking of.
Wow, you can just buy cards like with the fucking people's signatures like in them.
What do you mean?
Like they printed cards where they put the like, I'm assuming the voice actors or something like that signatures in the card. So you had like a chance of getting like a quote unquote signed card.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about like the Son Goku Hope of Universe? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a couple of them. I was looking at Son Gohan right there. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of cool. That's a cool way to do that.
What about that for you?
So that would just be a sick way of doing it in general. Like anytime they put out a set, they were like, okay, we're bringing the voice actor of Yugi and he's signing like 1 out of every 10,000 cards or something. Like, that'd be cool.
Well, doesn't that exist? Wait, that does exist. Well, it doesn't. Well, not the way you're talking about. But isn't there there's a Dark Magician card that is signed? Is it not? Isn't that part of the art?
I don't know.
I'm pretty positive there is.
But like, think of the manga one.
Is that what it is? I think it might be a Jump promo or something like that.
I think it's. Well, I mean, it's like the manga art.
The manga art.
Yeah. It's the art from the manga.
Oh yeah, it's the Shonen Jump magazine promo, ultra rare.
Yeah.
It has some sort of signature. I don't know whose signature that is.
Does it tell you? Oh no, there's no like description or anything.
I'm also baffled that this Dark Magician that just came out in Battle of Chaos has become. It's apparently the second most expensive Dark Magician you can buy now. That blows my mind. I guess maybe it's just because it's new, but
I don't see that like at all. Even close. I'm sorted high to low, and it's like the 4th Dark Magician.
Mine's the 2nd.
I have.
What TCG player are you on?
The better one than you. I mean, I'm looking at prices here.
You must be on Duel Links or something.
I must be on Duel Links.
Which ones do you have above that?
It's the video game promo card. Market price is $1,300. Ghost from the Past, market
1,300.
price is 620.
I don't even have that.
Retro Pack 1, market price 450, and then the
I had
Battle of
that.
Chaos 1, market price 160.
Market price. Those first two that you said didn't even come up on my thing. Well,
Yeah, one is one's a video game promo. I wish I knew what one, but I guess Dark Duel Stories, I guess, is the one. It's damage 250, so this one damage is more than a mere mint of a new
all I
one.
have is Retro Pack 1 and then Battle of Chaos.
Did you type in Dark Magician?
Yeah.
High to low?
Yes, no, low to high.
Well, dude, I don't know what to tell you then. You're just butt fucked wrong. I don't know. Retro Pack 1. Retro Pack 1, all cards are expensive.
What's your favorite vanilla monster?
Probably United Resistance.
United Resistance?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
Is that the one that's just the mob?
Yeah.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, I love those 3 cards.
Oh, wait. The United Resistance is even the one I'm thinking of. That's not even the good one.
Oh, that's the one I like. There's also People Running About.
Oh,
That's like?
I think that's the one I like. People running about. That's
no,
like,
United Resistance is definitely my favorite one. But
oh man, people running about. Just what isn't there to like about this card?
I know it's great. All 3 of them, and then the trap card too. I think that's a great little group of cards. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say something a lot different than what you said, but okay.
What were you gonna say?
I'm in Skull.
Mr. Volcano.
Oh my god, Mr. Volcano.
Mr. Volcano's so cool. Why he should be part of the volcanic archetype. He should be their boss monster.
Dude, you know how many cards there are I see, and I'm like, why isn't this just thrown into an archetype yet?
Exactly. Why is Mr. Volcano not in that archetype?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Why is that vanilla skull monster not in Skull Servants?
Oh, that one that's like literally the art backwards and like recolored or whatever.
Yes, that freaking Tristan uses that. If you watch any of our GBA games,
he uses it?
I think Tristan.
Oh, the game.
Yeah. Well, I think Tristan plays.
Like,
I'm sure he plays it. I'm sure you could find a clip of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why. There's no way he didn't, because I remember that from the show. I swear to God, like that. Unless I just saw it unless I had a million of them when I was growing up as just like a vanilla monster in my bulk. But
what's it called? Do you remember?
No. Vanilla
Skeleton. Normal.
Skeleton.
Yugioh. We're gonna do our own.
Skeleton knife.
Skeleton knife. Images. Okay, I see Skull Servant. That's obviously the wrong one, though.
No, that's the right one. Where is it? Oh, there's the 13th grave. That should also probably be a part of it, but nah, that's not what I'm talking about. Where is it? He's like backwards. I can picture him in my head.
I've got him. The Wandering Doomed.
The Wandering Doomed.
The Wandering Doomed. Okay, here's the fandom.
Type in, oh my god. Type in the Wandering Doom in general on your Google search.
I'm already on the thing, so I can't. Trying to figure out if he's ever shown. Why? Why should I type in the Wandering Doomed?
Just do it. Wow, the Wandering Doom is just like. Why isn't this part of it?
Search categories related to archetypes. White.
White.
It even says on the wiki that's the Skull Servant archetype.
Wow, check this out. I know no one can see.
What Yu-Gi card's that? What Yu-Gi card is that? It's a normal monster. That's the flavor text.
What?
What normal monster has that as flavor text?
What is it?
Check this out.
I don't know. It's the one you were talking to Ethan about, right?
I don't know.
What is it?
It's Mech Knight Avram.
That's dumb.
That's a cool playmat, by the way.
Well, see, what's funny is that all those cards have nothing to do with each other, I guess. But they're all
just there's zombies. That's it.
All zombies.
That one in the top left looks like Voldo.
Oh yeah, every time I see it, I'm always like, oh.
Why do we just talked about that from like a game we're playing?
Probably the GBA game.
You think so?
That bottom center one, I definitely ran it in my OG decks.
I already closed it.
You fucking piece of garbage.
I'll open it back up. You're gonna pee
Well,
and cry.
anyways, you know,
Bottom center, what you used?
bottom
That's like the
center.
only one that I don't think I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's like Mammoth Graveyard. No, it's not Mammoth Graveyard.
Oh, that's not that.
Although that far one to the right looks like Mammoth Graveyard,
Yeah, like different angle.
but a different angle. It's just like Skull Servant. And the fact that I like how you can literally see Skull Servant and the Wandering Doom like back to back in the center there.
Remember what they are.
It's dumb.
Honestly, they should do an archetype like that where they take like cards like Skull Servant and the Wandering Doomed where they look like just alike and blatantly were made on like the same exact day by the same guy. It make two totally different archetypes about it around them. Like they should make Skull Servants and they should make like an archetype of like the Wandering and it's all like different.
Well, I was gonna suggest that it'd be cool to have like reverse copies of a card, so like you could get like that was the archetype, but it kind of reminds me of the Moon. What's that deck called that you have? The one that's like night and day.
Dream Mirror.
Dream Mirror.
You
that
just
one.
said Moon Knight.
Isn't but isn't one like Moonlight and one's like the?
No.
I swear it has to do with night and day and.
No, just light and dark.
Okay. Well, anyways, whatever. Fuck me.
I've won that deck for like 3 years.
I know. I just couldn't think of it, and just leave.
You never can it. That's at least like the 5th time you've.
I know. I
Light Dark.
know. Just leave me alone. Dream Mirror, like it'd be cool to have like a deck that was all about the opposite. It was the same but like different and like slightly, and just like how Skull Servant is. Like they're just reversed and they like almost the colors are just different. It's like the same card, but they do different things.
Okay, you ready for this?
Okay, whatever.
Total. I'm just ignoring what you just said.
Yeah, I can tell.
So I didn't listen. 'Cause I had a great idea.
Yep. Okay.
Just another archetype.
Okay.
Archetype idea here. Okay.
Terrible.
Basically the same treatment that Skull Servant gets, and it's all about like again like zombies or whatever, but they are like the wandering blank, and then it's like whatever they were in their like past life. So it could be like the wandering priest, and it's like an undead priest, and then like the wandering knight or something like that, and it's like a dead knight, and then they all get bonuses for having the wandering doomed engrave.
So
But maybe not
Skull
just Skull
Servants.
Yeah, but maybe not an OTK deck.
You
You realize that I started the conversation by going twin archetypes. One is Skull Servants. One is this one.
I didn't hear
even
that. I
addressed-
didn't hear that.
And also note that we're coming off the conversation of two archetypes
Wait, I didn't hear it.
based off each other. You're the only person who can actually have a conversation with somebody. They contribute to it, and then you laugh about it when it is the conversation.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Podcast. Check. I don't know why you condemn yourself to just an online video diary of you being a moron.
What?
year-
That's not
for a
what
year.
happens.
That is what happened.
Guys, also, for anyone that cares, I know only we care, but for anyone that cares, Chris and I will have been doing this for almost a year now. We probably won't do a year episode because what's the point?
We do
But-
a year.
Why would we
What
do it?
We open like one of every Yu-Gi-Oh product ever.
Oh, God. I've been starting the collection.
You're buying.
I already have the collection going.
Yeah, I know.
Technically, I think I have everything
you're
from the year we've started, so we could do it that way.
There you go.
A year
Yeah,
in
we can-
review.
How nervous are you that like in one of those packs you have it's just like Ghost Rare or
Oh,
something?
God, I've thought about that endlessly. But like
Every night before you go to
one
bed.
day, I really want to sell it in like a bulk mystery, like mystery box, and then like sell them all. Someone would get like one of every pack from like the past like decade or so, and it would like,
That'd
but I would sell it for quite a bit. I mean, it would probably be like I don't know, $1,000.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, depending on the pack you had, you could probably sell it like some of those old packs. Just having a sealed copy of those old ones, like I feel like way more than $1,000.
I wish
Some
I
of
had,
those packs go for over 100 per pack. You know?
yeah. Well, I don't think I have anything too old yet. I mean,
Oh
so,
no, I know. I meant like if you had a full.
God, if I had like a magic
collection.
ruler, I'd freaking explode.
I mean, Team Sam did it. He made a video on that. Did you watch that video?
Yeah. No, you told me about it because I ignored it because his clickbaitiness threw me off.
No, it's genuine.
Wasn't
Well,
that
I think-
it was like the storage locker one.
Yeah. Well,
And
he
I-
did 2 videos. He did the storage locker, which is what I told you about. But then, like a couple months later, he did like an actual like opening every pack of all time. But I think the storage locker video, he was only missing 1 pack.
I wish I had money.
or viewers who sent you back.
Yeah, people just I can have I have PO box and
Well, to be fair, I think that's how Sam finished the collection. Like in the video, he was like, "If you have Retro Pack 2, please send it to me." It's the only pack I don't.
Could you imagine people like you so much through YouTube? They don't even know you, and they're willing to send you like some actually covetable pack.
Oh, dude, insane. I was watching a Super Mega Mailroom video a couple weeks ago, and somebody sent them a vinyl that like they had just mentioned that they wanted in a video, and I guess it's like over like $800 a copy or something like that.
Hell?
And a fan bought it and sent it to them. And in the
Why?
Mailroom video, they open it and they're like, "Oh my god!"
There
Like,
is no need for that.
oh, it's insane. I just wish that was my life. Could you imagine?
I
Could
mean,
you imagine
at the same time though, Chris?
just casually mentioning it and somebody mails it to you for free?
Yes, but you could also be super mega, and get that head that someone sent them.
Yeah, dude, I would take a head in the mail if I got
a head in the mail.
Like that.
I didn't even specify for the viewers. I didn't
Right.
specify for the viewers what kind of head it was, and you were just like, "I took a head in the mail, human, whatever, throw it in the garbage." This person's
Dude,
head.
if you have the opportunity to just get something that's like $800 for free, and all you gotta do is have a head shipped to your house, you don't even gotta open the package. You know it's coming. you like you see a head shaped box, you're like, okay, throw it out.
Got it. I wish you need to do a remix for this episode of Nirvana's heart-shaped box, but head-shaped box.
Shaped box.
Oh
Yeah. No, don't do that. Also, you're editing it, so.
Oh yeah. Sorry. You got anything else for the podcast? You good with that? I mean, we talked about the topic that we planned.
Yeah, I don't like talking to the people, so
the people don't. It doesn't look like people care about the podcast videos.
I love the podcast videos.
I mean, those are my favorite ones to record. Maybe it's because it requires the least work, and I just have to like talk in the moment. But I don't know. It doesn't get a lot of views. Maybe if we put them on Spotify or anywhere that you get your podcast, then people would listen to them.
That was a good reenactment.
I still have you thought about that any more than since I've told it to you? I don't understand.
Thought of what?
I don't understand how when people say like, "Oh, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere to find a podcast." How can you advertise anywhere you find a podcast? What if my UNH library has podcasts? Are they going to be there? Like, how is that? You can't say that.
Well, normally it's because like a lot of people who like put out podcasts, you don't like put them on Apple Music. You pay like a company and you just give them the podcast, and then they just like blast it across the internet. You know what I mean?
But you can't say like anywhere.
I mean, yeah, you can't say anywhere, but like,
but they do.
For a lot of those people, they literally are being put onto like 150 platforms.
Maybe we
they're
should
paying
do that.
like $10 a month.
We should do that.
Yes, we should do that and put them on like these hundreds of podcast websites, and somebody's gonna see it and be like, "What the fuck is Yu-Gi-Oh?"
Yu-Gi-Oh! No, they'll want to listen to Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll have all the intellectual scholars like really listening.
All the intellectual scholars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grass type.
There'll be doctorates that are listening to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they're like, my brain's just too big. I need to listen to stupidity for an hour.
This is gonna sound like a total change in subject, but it's not because you made me think of it. I'm amazed that I haven't seen a card game like Pokemon or Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or probably Pokemon or Magic because they're the biggest ones that has just like genuinely like a fucking genius who plays it. Like
one
like
guy?
Fucking like no, but I'm talking like a famous person. Like if fucking like we found on the news that like fucking Bill Nye was fucking won the Magic the Gathering World Championships.
Well, I mean, there was that a Kansas City Chief offensive lineman that plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love that guy.
He goes to tournaments.
What's his name?
Oh, I have no idea. It's not famous enough for me to know what his name is, but I know there is some famous football player. I think it's Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, there's a couple because there's one guy who's on. I don't really watch a ton of Magic stuff, but there's one channel that like, I think I'm subscribed to, and whenever like certain people are on, I watch their videos. And one of them is a football player, and then one of them is just like another guy, a YouTube guy. But
I do love the fact that like Henry Cavill talks all the time about how he plays Warhammer and D&D.
Oh, I think I've seen that before, like interviews.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
does Vin Diesel plays a lot of D&D too.
Oh really?
I've seen videos where like he's super outspoken. He has a video he has his own series somewhere, like a little short series on YouTube where he plays D&D with it's like Vin Diesel and then a bunch of other schmucks, really, is what it is.
Vin Diesel and Schmucks is what it's
Yeah.
called.
But he plays like a fucking like gladiator or something like that. He's just like screaming the whole time. It's crazy.
I told you about that time. I wish there was a way to like it doesn't make any sense, but it'd be really cool to do like a D&D Yu-Gi-Oh where it was like Duelist Academy style.
That would be cool.
And like
Well, you could do that in like a uh in like a tournament format. You know what I mean?
well, I guess my thought process would be like a D&D campaign where you face off against certain decks that the DM plans, and then if
Oh
you
yeah,
win the
yeah.
duel, you'd like get to like get a card from that person's deck or their like number one card and add it to your deck. Like that to me sounds so cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what you could do? Hear me out. Yu-Gi-Oh D&D campaign.
Hmm.
The plot line is revolved around a tournament. It's a tournament where you have to use a loner deck. So like in the campaign, you can just be essentially given a deck that's like as good as you want the campaign to be. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then the DM could be all the villains, and the villains like have snuck in decks that are too good for the tournament. And like the plot is like you and the main character, whoever else the characters are, have to go through a tournament that you can take time doing 'cause it's a tournament, so you can just do it as you know over a week or whatever.
Hmm.
Take your time doing it, and then depending on who wins the duel, the DM could have like predetermined plot points, like oh Jack lost this duel, like he's out of tournament, well the bad guy wins, so like this happens, you know?
Like this would be I feel like this would be so cool, and you just do like modern day D&D for stats, and like you just be like an average normal everyday guy, I guess.
Oh
Or
yeah,
like you probably have some stats that you'd be like somewhat good at. Like maybe you'd want to be good at like sneaking, so you could like sneak around, or maybe it was based on like how you built your deck. I don't know. Like I
yeah.
think it'd be
No,
kind of cool. Maybe you could
that
like
could be
pretend to
fucking okay.
cheat, like you
Yeah,
could
that'd
slip
be
a
awesome.
card.
Sneaking could be uh cheating, like you just said, like your sneak stat.
Hmm.
Like, you could be like, "Oh, I pull a card from my sleeve, you have to roll for it or whatever."
It
You
all
could
have to be
also make it
charisma.
way cooler than the show too, because you could have, like, fucking scenes with, like, guns and shit, and, like, Kaiba's got, like, armed guards in the Japanese version, you know what I mean? You could do, like, a whole part where, like, you have to steal Kaiba's, like, Blue Eyes deck from his office or something like that, the tournament's at Kaiba Corp, and, like, you leave your room at night, you could do a whole sneak part or something.
I think it'd be awesome. Like
Very
you could
cool.
make it like really partially like that, and everything's kind of settled with duels, but like they're kind of to the death in some sense, or they're definitely they're all like pink slip wager matches.
Yeah.
Like it'd be cool. Like if
Or
you lose, like you could lose like one of your best cards. You just lost.
yeah, you could also do a tournament based on like the cards too. Like just a normal D&D campaign where like you could pick a card and like you could have a character sheet like based off a card or something, you know?
Oh God!
Like
Every time
like in the world of like Yu-Gi-Oh and like Your Dark Magician or something.
I keep just thinking of more ideas. Like it'd be so cool to do like at the very beginning. When we used to do D&D with Luke, like sometimes you roll for treasure, and like you could roll for a card, and like there'd be
Oh,
a master list of cards. Like that's what you got from the pack at random. Or you could go into a store that the DM has like already set up, and it's like, oh, you could buy this card if you've saved up. There's a lightning storm on sale right now.
that yeah,
You
that'd be
could
cool.
you could
You could
barter for a
hella
lightning
cool.
storms.
Yeah. That'd be a good campaign for like an online one. Like
Yeah,
you could do your duels online, you could take your time doing it, you know, whenever everyone can get on type thing instead of like having to meet up.
it
That
would
could be
be
fun.
the best way to you could probably do it too is see I don't know how you do it with more people. That would be the difficult part because so unless you make it all like it's like a tag team thing. Like you have to make it like double duels, but the best way I think you could do it is probably um you do it on tabletop simulator for like all the actual D&D stuff online, and then you
Oh
could
yeah.
do like Master Duel or Wigo
I have it.
for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actual duels. I know
You could
you can
also
do those on tabletop, but not as
you
good.
could do it uh if you had multiple people, you could do it so that like duels only happen whenever you and like the DM can do it. And it could kind of be like you know how sometimes like in like I don't know, whenever there's like an anime tournament arc or something like that. My Hero does this, I think in the tournament arc. They put all the people who are in it like in a room where they're watching from a TV.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You could almost do that where you and me do a duel on the DM, and like whoever wins, like we just blast a replay to everyone else in it. Everyone can watch it and be like, "Oh fuck, Jack lost," which means like this is about to happen or something, you know?
You
And
definitely
then you could just do it again on your own time. You only need to pair with 2 people versus 6, 5, whatever.
yeah, definitely. I feel like it could get slow for some people because you'd be like, "Oh, have you done your duel yet?" And then it's like, "Oh, you haven't," so I gotta wait. And
Yeah.
it would take a lot, like an actual person that really is like invested into it. But I think it'd be super cool.
Well, how cool would it be too if you could everyone has like very specific cards kind of thing, like you are playing Dark Magician or something, so like uh the people in the thing, could you do like a sneak check or something like that to like put cards from one of the other players' decks into yours,
Mm,
and like it could be like a sneak check to like get it into the tournament or something, or get it into your round type deal.
mm.
And if it's not caught, you get to play it. But like like the plot of the thing, like somebody would blatantly know if like you're playing Dark Magician, I'm playing Blue Eyes, and I throw down Dark Magician, you'd be like, "That's not your card." And you'd be like, "God, didn't get caught a deck check."
It'd be freaking amazing to like sneak in extra cards into your deck. Like, oh man, I know that Regeki's at 3, but let me borrow one of your copies, and then like putting a 4th copy in. But someone, I don't know, somehow you get your hand, like you have most of the copies, or you've used copies and you have the rest of them in your hand, and somehow you get your hand discarded, and they'd find out that you have 4 copies, and duel has
Yeah.
to be stopped. Oh, it could be so cool.
You know what would be cool actually is using the speed duel skills too. Would be fun.
Yeah,
Like
that's
those could
probably
be like
part of
your
your
abilities.
character. Yeah, your
Yeah, like every
personal.
ability you have is stuck to like once per turn or once per duel type thing
Hmm.
or something. God, I feel like there's a ton you could this would be really fun to do with random people, like people who didn't know the game that well. And like if a DM knew the game wicked well, everyone could just make characters and the DM could be like, "Oh, okay, you're playing this character. Well, I'm going to like assign you this deck." Like you don't even get a choice in your deck, you know what I mean?
It'd be. I think the best way to do this though would have to be like you start a Duelist Academy, kind of. I don't
I
know
mean,
how
it
good it
depends
would
on like
be.
long term. Like if you wanted the long term one, sure. But if you wanted one that you banged out in a week or 2 online or something like that, I feel like a normal one would be fine, you know?
A week or two. This I feel like this is kind of campaign that you'd run for a while.
Well, that's if it's I'm saying like if it's just a tournament, I don't think it needs to be a while. But like if you wanted to make it a big thing, like Duel Academy, like you go through all 3 years of Duel Academy or whatever.
Well, this will never happen, but in Chris and I's dreams, one day maybe.
Maybe I'll write up a plot to a Yu-Gi-Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh
D&D. We'll
fanfic.
put it on the channel.
Yeah, we just need a host. We need someone to come in, host it. Chris and I will be the players. We've given you all the good ideas.
No, that's the thing. We can't be the players.
Oh, we
We got to
can't.
get people who aren't as familiar with us.
I know.
Not that they can't have played before, but
Just the guy.
yeah.
Ethan John.
Bill Nye. Oh, I thought we were still on that.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, well, thanks for coming to the podcast. Appreciate it. You know, we probably won't get the views that I want, but that's okay. One day, everyone will be listening to this great podcast, even though Battle of Chaos will come out. You probably this will get
Rattle of Chaos.
this video will hit like 100,000 views, and then Battle of Chaos will be like 10 years old.
Yeah, you'll be listening to it in the car, in a Target.
What? A
On
car in Target?
Audible.com. No, in a car, comma, in Target, comma,
Okay.
on Audible.com.
When you crash into the Target because you're just an alcoholic and you're still in the car.
When the movable doors just fit your whole car, so you just go all the way down the aisle. I just need toilet paper.
Oh God, there's a shortage. COVID.
So,
All right, see you everyone.
yeah, goodbye.